Good evening, and welcome to A Grieving Mother's Journey, Leakland, where we air every Sunday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. with open mic every third Sunday from 6:20 to 6:50 p.m. We bring grieving mothers together to share, trust, and bond with one another, and to spread awareness of the pain that is caused when others choose to take a life by violence, and the various struggles we face on a daily basis just to make it through the day. I hope that this will make those that are on that horrible path think twice and turn their lives around. Welcome. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of A Grieving Mother's Journey. We are on episode 23. And we will have a guest tonight. Her name is Mocha, and she'll be speaking on the loss of her mother. This is episode 23, y'all. So before I bring her on board, I don't really have too many announcements this week. Next week, I am still looking for a guest to appear. If I don't have a guest, then we might do open mic again, or we might just go ahead and cancel it for next week, but we'll see what happens. I wanted to give a shout out to our new members as well in the group, and those that have participated and shared a lot of encouraging words, whether it, just be, scripture, poems, what have you. We do appreciate you for that. Keep it going. So if there's anybody out there that would like to come on board, come on the platform and speak about your grief or the loss, whether it be from a child, a sibling, a spouse, a mom or dad, we welcome you and we would love to have you. And Jamie, if you're listening, I sent you a message earlier. We'd love to hear if there's an update on what you're trying to do. Also wanted to send a big shout out to Wake Up Before You Don't. That group is fabulous, you guys. Most of their loss is due to fentanyl, things like that. But it's a fabulous group. If you haven't joined it yet, go ahead and join. As well as Mobile Moms. Don't forget about our Mobile Moms. She's also lost a son to violence. Actually, I'm sorry, pardon me. Wasn't to violence, but she did lose a son as well. And they also do podcasts, so feel free to go ahead and join that as well. Last but not least, we do have Dr. Adia, who is my niece, who's been on twice. And I appreciate all the love, you guys. You guys just love it when she comes on, and she's fabulous. She does a great job. We all feel it. We can all relate to what she says. And she does have a page as well. So feel free to join that. Let's see. I hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, I don't have too many announcements tonight, but I do hope that everyone is doing well. Prayers for everybody that has experienced a loss, whether it was in the past or current. We're here for you. Don't forget, we're here for you. Please feel free to join the group. It is private, so you will have to, ask to join. Just make sure that you answer the questions, and most of all, please make sure that you accept the rules in the group. The rules are set there to protect our group, and because this is a very sensitive, I'm not going to say topic, but a very sensitive group because we are dealing with loss. So just please be sure to answer all the questions, and we'll have you come on in. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mocha to our platform. Everyone. Oh my goodness. Hello, Mocha.
Hi.
So, Mocha, I guess before we start, I don't have my glasses. Can anyone find my glasses, please? I think they're on the table. I can't see. Sorry, guys. Okay. So before we start, if you would, thank you. Tell our listeners just a little bit about yourself.
I'm 27. I'm a mom of two. I'm just pretty much trying to figure my way and, figure out what I want to do and what's my path and things like that. So I mean, I don't really have much to tell about myself, especially after my mom passed. But I just I'm trying to find my way.
Find your way,
Yeah,
as we all are. I'm sure y'all can relate to that. And before we move on, I did forget to mention, um, if anyone is listening and you have lost a mom or a dad, feel free, when given the clue, to give us a call, 571-409-3400. And for future reference, if you ever want to come on and share your story, again, this is a no pressure, no judgment zone. So it has to be when you're ready. And if so, shoot me an email. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and we'll get you on our platform to share your story. We'd love to have you. So Mocha, I guess if you wanted to, I guess describe your mom and her personality.
Um, my mom was a big Gemini. She's outspoken, but very loving. She would do anything for you. She was all about her command. Well, at the time, her Redskins, but Commanders now. So, she was cooking. Down to earth mom. She cherished her kids, her brother. So she was just a honest person. A lot of people didn't like it, but it was just her truth. She was very outspoken.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that, with
yeah.
being outspoken. So, if you're dealing with someone outspoken, be prepared and accept that, it is what it is, right? Like, I'm sure people that are outspoken mean no harm, but they're basically speaking their truth, right? And what they're feeling. So I guess the other thing that I know that you mentioned you wanted to talk about, let's talk about the mental challenges that she struggled with.
So as far as my mom with her mental challenges, she was just, with her and her kids living with her, my grandmother, it wasn't easy for her. She always wanted to be on her own. But of course, her depending on her family, it takes a village. So she was more so just, wanting to be her own. And then we have a cousin that she really pretty much considered her sister, died the same way she did, on the same exit, same dusty exit. So, with her, and then with her having those mental challenges, she had a drinking problem. So every time she would drink and start thinking about my cousin, it was more so, I want to die the way my cousin did. I want to go the way my cousin go. And she used to say it so many times to where I'm just like, don't, we're not going that way. She wouldn't want you to be that way. But my mom, her mental challenges was more so of, I just want more for me and my kids. I want more for me and my kids and my grandkids. Because at the time, I had my daughter, and my older sister had my niece. My niece is the oldest out of all of them. So it was more so her just wanting more. She had the itch to have more.
Okay.
For her kids and her grandkids. So.
And then, so with her mental state, are you saying that maybe it's because of the alcohol, or was she dealing with other mental things going on prior to that, so you mentioned that it was her sister that
it was our cousin, but they was around the same age and they grew up together.
Okay,
so it was more like her sister.
So do you think that she experienced those mental challenges before or after her cousin? After.
She was so happy. She had the weight. She was uplifting. She was going. It didn't get to that point until we lost my cousin in 2005.
So before we get to how your mom actually passed, let's kind of go through what led up to that. So you're saying, so after she lost her cousin, how do you think she changed?
She just wasn't like outgoing as much.
A little bit withdrawn.
Yeah, it was like little day by day. She was to herself. If she wasn't working, she was in her room, or she was at a friend's house. She wasn't, uplifting and outgoing and how
Mm-hmm.
she cheerful. She wasn't like that anymore.
Like withdrawn. She was
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like
withdrawn.
she was just in a different dimension. Like it just wasn't. She wasn't there all the way. And me knowing my mom, she wasn't there. That wasn't how she usually is. So that's how I noticed once we lost our cousin, she wasn't the same Nikita, if I would
Yeah.
say.
So do you think that she kind of slipped into a form of depression?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. And was she seeking help for that?
She wasn't seeking like professional help, but the times that the family would get together, whether it was a funeral, whether it was family reunion, whether it was a birthday, she would, she would come back more and more. But
Okay.
the times that we didn't have get-togethers or anything like that, it would show that she was going through it.
So she was doing a little better when she was surrounded by family,
she was a
and friends.
family-oriented person. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So I guess let's go ahead and move in and discuss how she passed.
So my mom passed due to a tragic car accident. And this is where I go back to our cousin that she was so close to.
Okay.
She died on the Dell City, getting off the Dell City exit to go north for her job. She was on her way to work. And it was New Year's Day, but it was at night going into January 2nd. So, they drinking and stuff. Mm-hmm. She's probably still kind of like, a little under the influence, but she pretty much died due to a tragic car accident. And it was instant. The cause of her death, it was forced blood trauma to the pelvic area, the shoulder, and the neck, if I'm not mistaken. So she died instantly. There was like no saving her. And then no on top of and on top of that, when she hit the median, it was so foggy that night, a car didn't see her and a car ended up hitting her from the back. They like ran into her.
So she hit the medium and then a car hit her.
Yes.
Oh my! So did she die instantly from hitting the medium?
Yes.
Or from the
medium. It was blood for trauma from the median. Yeah.
So does anybody know how fast she was going?
I'm not sure. I remember we was getting information from the tow company because of course they had the police report. But I'm not sure how fast she was going. I just know the time of the accident, which was the same time my daughter was born. Oh, the same exact time, 1:18 a.m.
So she passed away when your daughter was born.
Pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
Same time.
Oh my goodness. So tell us how it affected you, or kind of give us a little bit of the morning that you did find out, like what happened. How did you find out, and how did that affect you?
So the morning I found out, mind you, it was the morning of January 2nd. I had talked to her the day before because she wanted her hair done. I got a call. I instantly woke up randomly to a call from my sister, Ronnie. She's the third daughter out of 4 girls. She was pretty much telling me, oh, you need to hurry up to grandma's house. And I said, why? What's wrong? She was like, well, mommy passed. And, excuse my language. I'm just like, why? Like, stop playing on my phone. Stop playing. And I almost hung up. Then I heard my younger sister and then my older sister in the background. And at that point, I'm looking through my phone as they're talking, and I have cousins that's reaching out to me from San Diego.
Oh, wow.
And the same cousin that's reaching out to me from San Diego, that's the daughter of the cousin who died in the car accident.
Oh, boy.
So I'm just, it had hit me. And I'm just like, stop playing. Stop playing on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear it. Stop playing. And then it just randomly just hit me. I'm just like, okay. So I get up. And my best friend's in his room. And I'm banging on his door. And I'm just like, Moody, wake up. Moody, wake up. Like, open the door. And he's just like, it's unlocked. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not unlocked. Open the door. And then once I told him, like, you need to take me to my grandma's house, because mind you, that morning it was snowing.
Oh.
It was snowing. And I have me a little good old Toyota Prius. I'm not driving in the snow with Toyota Prius. So I'm just like, you need to take me to my grandma's house. And that's when, like, my body just locked up and I just didn't know what to do first to get ready. Nothing was coming to me on what to do. So I was screaming, crying. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
When you get that message or that call, it's like you instantly turned into like a toddler,
Fog.
Yeah. Like,
and all different things going through your head. You don't know what to believe. You don't know what to think. You don't know what to say.
And it's like you turn into this person that all right, this person that raised you, that gave you life, they're no longer here. And you feel lost, you feel numb. It's just something that you just don't, you just don't know how to maneuver through.
Right.
That morning, it was like I got hit by a car. It was hard. It was hard, and you don't know what to do. Your first reaction, you're out of it because you don't know if you want to feel angry, sad, and disbelief. So all those emotions, you're just confused.
Absolutely. I agree with the confusion part.
Yeah.
Totally confused because you're getting tragic news, not just news. You're getting tragic news.
Yeah. And
you don't really know how to react to that.
Right.
And the first thing is, disbelief. Right. It's like, no. And then as time goes on, and not time as in months or years, I'm talking that same day,
going through the motions.
Exactly.
Then here comes the anger. Here comes the confusion. It was just, for me, it was hard because the night before I had just talked to her. I talked to her pretty much maybe 5-6 hours before she went into work. She was supposed to come to me the next morning when she got off. My mom worked in FedEx overnight. So she would get off around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So I was supposed to see her the next morning. And with me, it was hard because I blamed myself for a long time. And the reason why I blame myself is because I had a conversation with a former friend. And it was a lot of drama, of course, typical drama, female drama. And I came out my mouth and I said, I don't care to lose anybody. I don't care who goes. And I knew what I meant, but with me saying what I said, I felt like when that happened, when my mom died, I was just like, damn, God is making me eat my words. God is making me eat my words, but I knew what I meant. So,
and we know that that's not like, you saying what you said had nothing to do with your mom's passing.
Yeah.
Like you said, you knew what you meant, but, we have to remember that we don't have that power to speak that into existence, right?
Yep.
Because, only God determines
when it's your time.
Right. So if you look at it like that, like, we can speak what we want, but we don't have that kind of
Mhm.
power
Mhm.
to speak death to someone,
Right.
So, we know that that's not your fault, but I understand what you're saying is kind of like the what ifs, and, I shouldn't have did this, or I
Yeah.
shouldn't have said that. So I get that
Oh,
part.
yeah.
That's a normal part of, the grieving and
The
dealing with,
questions.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's just, I didn't expect it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like when you lose a child or you lose a sibling or a mother or a father, you just don't expect it. You just don't.
Mhm.
Especially if there's no like medical issues or anything like that. You just don't expect it unless
Right.
somebody in your family or loved one is going through a medical issue and they're telling you like
Right.
just prepare that they might not make it. No, this is something that just instantly happened.
Yes. And that's the worst, I think. And I think that's the hardest part, one to accept.
Mhm.
And I think the grieving is more excruciating because of the fact that it was unplanned or
Right.
unknown, and what I'm looking for? Unexpected.
Right.
I think that is the worst kind of death, whether it is a
Yeah.
child, a parent, or sibling, unexpected, because then you're dealing with, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye and this
Ooh.
and that. And, when someone is sick and they're sick ahead of time, you have that time
To
with
prepare.
them, right, to
Yeah.
prepare and to let them know how you feel and to
Yeah.
say, I love you,
Right.
things like that, where when it happens unexpectedly, that's taken away from you.
Right.
And that makes it more devastating. It makes the grief even harder, because you're dealing with that, with those kinds of things. I'm going to flip over really quick to our Facebook to see if we have any comments. And it's not showing me. Okay. All right. So we will go back here. Okay. So I guess, with that, how have you been now? Now, what year? How long has it been since your mom has been gone? By the way, let the viewers know.
She passed January 2nd of 2022.
Okay, so it's been just barely
It's
2
about to be
years,
3 years.
almost 3 years.
Yeah, almost
Okay,
3 years.
So tell us the first year, how that was for you and how you dealt with that, and then after that, let us know how things were for you the second year, and just with you mentally and dealing with her passing.
The first year was still confusion. It was anger. And I'm not gonna lie, for a while I was angry with my mom.
That's normal. That's a normal feeling. It's normal, for grief, and because you missed her, so that's normal.
It was anger because my mom, like the nights that me and my mom would drink or just hang out, and she would slip into that moment of her just feeling down, she would just instantly just say, I hope I go before my mom and my kids. So it was, when I lost her, it was like, you got what you wanted. But at the same time, it was me just saying, okay, well, I can't focus on that. I have to focus on, all right, okay, she's physically gone. So now I have to figure out, from going from somebody who taught me everything, somebody that I called every day, somebody that I leached on for life, and going through every life motions, to her not being here and I can't call her. I have to all right, I have to focus on how to do that because now I have kids.
Now you're a mom, right?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, now I have to focus on what I need to do. And of course, still grieve at the same time, but find positive ways to grieve because now I have kids. They don't understand. So now I have to push myself to, you know, make a way.
Right. So, when she said things like, I hope that I go before my kids or my mom, that is also a form of grief. That was a sign that she was grieving.
Yeah.
I can attest to that because that's how I felt when my son died.
Right.
And it is a form of grief. I don't think that she meant that to like hurt anybody. Excuse me, but I truly believe that at that time that's how she felt.
Right.
And because her grief was so strong, but I guess it just kind of goes to show we never know, right? We never know. So it's always best to be kind to one another, to try to be more understanding if someone's in a bad mood or this or that, because we meet people every day, right? And we don't have a clue on what the next person's going through.
Right.
So we always have to be mindful. So moving on to the following year, like the second year, did you find that a little bit better, a lot better, or not better at all?
It was a little bit better. The challenging times that I had was, of course, Mother's Day, her birthday, and I don't know why, but surprisingly Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving was her favorite holiday. So it was a little bit easier. It was more doable. Just besides those holidays.
You think Day, Thanksgiving was more doable than the rest of the holidays, or
it was a little bit more doable. But like I said, Mother's Day and her birthday, and then my birthday. And the reason why I say my birthday is December 2nd. So it was a month before she passed, literally an exact month before she passed. And that day before she, my birthday before she passed, she wanted to see me. And I'm just like, I'm running around, I'm trying to get this done, get this done, get this done, get that, get this. And I was just like, I don't know if I can stop, Ma. Like you got to catch me because I'm doing certain things. And if I would have just stayed at my cousin's shop at the time, if I would have just stayed maybe 5-10 more minutes, I probably would have caught her. The last time I seen her before she passed January 2nd, I think I seen her Thanksgiving. And she wanted to see me my birthday. She wanted to see me on Christmas. She wanted to see me on New Year's. And I did it.
So do you think she was reaching, was that normal for her to to contact you and always want to see you, or was that different?
No, that was normal. Okay. My mom will contact me if I wasn't up under her, she will contact me. She will video chat me. All right, what y'all doing today? Let me get Jelly Bean, my daughter. Let me get Jelly Bean, drop her off, or do I need to come get her? It was an everyday thing. Everyday thing.
So I know there was a couple of other things that we had talked about you discussing, and I didn't want to leave that out. So living your life with her spiritual presence, what is that about?
That's hard. It's hard because I've caught myself, like, after she passed, I've caught myself, like, me and my friends were hanging out, we're drinking, we're going out. But once everybody laid their head down, I'm calling her phone. I've caught myself calling her phone. And it's like, I'm looking at her, I'm just like, all right, Let me put my phone down, because I would catch myself doing it 3, 4 times, and it would make myself upset. I would make myself upset. But as far as like spiritual, ever since she passed, I have dreams. She comes in my dreams. I get like, little signs of her. She used to work for FedEx. Every time I cry, a FedEx truck comes around me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. FedEx truck comes around me.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, all right. She's there. But at first it was bad. It was really bad. Like I would always catch myself calling her phone, video chatting her phone, and it's just like, dang, all right, yeah. Because I'm so used to calling her. Used to calling her. Even when I'm going through something, I'm calling my mom just to get some type of answer. What should I do? And I wasn't getting it. And I was just like, okay, now it's my responsibility to accept the fact that she can't physically answer my phone calls. She can't physically talk to me. But once I lay my head down and close my eyes, she's coming. So
you've had what they call visitations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and those are absolutely fabulous. Mm-hmm. For those of you that have lost a loved one and have experienced that, I am 100% sure that you will agree with me. Visitations are absolutely heartwarming.
Ooh, yes.
Consoling. The only bad part about it is sometimes they'll come few and far between. Mm-hmm. Other times they'll come a lot, but those breaks in there can be a little excruciating because you're looking for it, right? And then when it doesn't happen, it's like, oh, mm-hmm. But when it does happen, it's something. Right. Something that only those of us that have experienced the loss of a loved one could even speak about or even know about. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we open the phone lines?
The only thing I can say as far as like grieving and losing a parent or, losing a loved one that it meant so much, like they meant so much to you. Take it day by day. Don't expect to be over it the next day or a year, a year later or 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen on God's timing. Mm-hmm. I do encourage professional help if if you feel like you need it, if you feel like what you're doing is not working, mm-hmm. 9 times out of 10, I'm the main person who knows that you trying to force yourself through my process, sometimes it just doesn't work, and that's okay. So if you feel like or if you even get a pinch of some type of feeling that you need professional help, don't fight it. Go get professional mm-hmm. help, because it's only going to get worse with you trying to force it
and trying to do it on your own.
Right. Yeah. And it's okay to talk to somebody, sit down and talk to somebody, even if you don't know them. It's mm-hmm. okay to talk to somebody. Now, me, I have not been seeking professional help, but I do have a really huge village around me.
And that's important.
Yeah.
But it's also important to get that professional help. And Ebony Gibson, she's been on our show a few times. She is a grief specialist, fabulous. And I believe she could help anybody that thinks that they want, to go that route. Please reach out to her. Yes, please reach out to her. I, of course, was going through my grief process before I met Ebony. Mm. So I have, I've been with the same counselor for a couple of years now. And she's fabulous. But I did find after speaking with Ebony that she's amazing. And I think she would, anybody would benefit. So we're going to continue our story. But it's 6:35, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. If there's anybody that would like to call and, just speak to Mocha or, give her some encouragement or even share a little bit about your loss. It's welcome. The number's scrolling at the bottom, 571-409-3400. Go ahead and give us a call. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget, we do the podcast weekly every Sunday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are interested in coming on board and onto the platform and sharing your story, we would love to have you. And you can just either shoot me a DM if you're a group member, or you can email me. That's also scrolling at the bottom. That's agmj.51522@gmail.com. Don't forget the dot. And if you forget the email, it's so easy to remember. It's basically the initials of the group name. Grieving Mother's Journey. So it's AGMJ. And then, of course, 51522 is the death date of my son. And Gmail is very popular. Well, I don't think anybody uses like Yahoo or AOL anymore. So, okay, I take that back. The most commonly used ones nowadays is Gmail. I guess if you want to continue to share anything that you'd like to share, either about your mom or about your struggle, how your kids have been dealing with this.
Oh, well, since my daughter got to meet my mother, of course, to my mom, she was Jelly Bean. My mom did not like grandma, granny, nana. No, she was mama.
Oh, okay.
Mama.
Okay.
So it was Mama Kita. She still talks about her to this day. Now, as far as my son, he wasn't born. Yeah. He wasn't born. My mom wanted a boy so bad. My mom wanted a boy so bad.
She still got him.
She trust me, she did. Because before my mom passed, my sister Ronnie, she was pregnant with my nephew Noah. Shout out to Tutu. Hey Tutu. She was pregnant.
Oh, somebody's calling in. And look who it is. Hola, Moody.
Hey.
There you go. Y'all ready for this?
Right.
All right. First off, I want to say, Mocha, you're doing great. You're having a great team.
You're having a great
on
team.
This show.
Well, we chicken crazy.
Great team. Yeah, while you chick crazy, you chick crazy. And I want to say I'm very, very proud of you because you finally got it out. You finally got it out. Well, a little bit, but it's the start. It's the start, and I'm proud of you, and Mama, I'm proud of you for pressuring her to come on the show because it's only been a couple weeks or months or whatever, but she's there, she's here. Yeah,
I appreciate
so
you,
I'm
Rooster.
proud of you, and Mama, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of both of y'all. I just wanted to say, y'all are doing great. Y'all are doing great.
Leave it to Moody. Yeah, your bestie.
You knew her long
doing great. Now, before though, and I was listening to your story, your side of the story, and everything you said was everything that you really felt, and everything was pure, everything was genuine. So that's why I said I'm proud of you because you let it out, and even though you know that you're on TV, it is not TV because we're not paying for the prescription or whatever. I mean, not prescription, subscription.
Wow.
Anyway,
I cannot.
look, you're doing great. You're doing great. Look, we're all doing this together. We're all in this together.
Absolutely.
And we all are grieving our own people together. So we're all grieving our own people together. We're all depending on each other. We're all still here because some people fell off, you know what I mean? But we're all still here, which means that we really are going through it. We really are supporting each other. And we got each other no matter what. So,
of course. I appreciate you, Mooster.
Yeah.
And just to put it out there, I was the friend she knocked on the door with without
If you don't know, now you know.
Nigga. Yeah. But yeah.
Who's burning?
That was real. That was real hurt. That was real hurt. She lost her mom. I lost my brother. We went through it together.
Yeah, not
You
even
know.
6 months apart. Not even
Yep.
the same
Yeah.
year.
We
Not
went
even
through
6
it.
months apart.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's real, guys. It's real, and it does exist. And like I said, even though we could have went other ways, and even though there's other ways that could have ended us somewhere else, we didn't choose that route. We choose each other. And look
Exactly.
at us. Look at us. We're still here. We're still
Mhm.
bonded. You know what I mean? So we doing it. So we can do it. Everybody that's out there listening, y'all can do it too. Just find y'all a good foundation. Plant that
Absolutely.
seed. You know what I'm saying, plant that seed to keep covering it with that holy moats. Cover it with that
Oh,
holy moats. Yeah,
oh.
cover it with that holy moats. And if you cover it, you know what I'm saying, we cover it. That's it. Ain't nothing. We're gonna go through our days, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get past it, and
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
keep building
That's
up.
right. That's right. Amen to
I
that.
appreciate you, Mooster. Look at you.
I knew you was saying something.
You a man.
But I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna keep the line clear because you still paying this phone bill. So everybody else is out there. Yeah.
All right,
Love
Mooster.
you.
Love you.
All right,
Thank you for
AGMJ.
supporting. Oh my gosh. Goodbye. Oh my goodness.
That's your kid.
Oh boy, yes.
But
We
that's
do
my
have
best friend.
we do have a couple of comments. There's no name, it just says Facebook user. So let me see. The first one, she said definitely a normal form of grief. This is when you were speaking on, earlier about, being mad at your mom.
Yeah,
And
I
yes,
caught that.
yes, you are absolutely correct. Absolutely right. I actually commented on that. And the next one says Facebook user, blessings to you all. Rest in love, Kita. Thank you so much. We appreciate your
Thank you.
comment. And let me try. Let me go back here and see. I know because the last time, I don't know if it's gonna let me go and look at it, but I was gonna try to catch the comments on
Yeah.
Facebook, but so I wouldn't miss it. Okay. So anyway, we do appreciate the comments, everyone. We appreciate you taking the time to view us. All the call-ins are well appreciated. We have a few more minutes left. Ooh,
All right.
I'm good. Can you that door? Sorry, I think it's that sesame seed.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm so sorry, guys. So anyway, Mocha, and I think I'm trying to yeah. So we kind of covered what you wanted to cover,
Mhm.
I believe. Is there anything else that you would like to share? And don't forget, people, the phone lines are still open if anyone else would like to call in. And so, okay, Facebook user says that was me. I don't know why
Yeah.
my name didn't show up. I don't either.
Yeah.
Who's me?
Maybe it's because of it being on YouTube.
No, it could be because the group went private,
Oh.
and if you haven't actually joined or been accepted in,
right,
that could be it.
So if you go on Facebook, it doesn't go on the Freedom Johnny's page. It only goes on that Nina's page. I tried it.
it goes on your
It
page.
doesn't go on the Freedom Johnny's.
No, it's on both. I'm streaming on both. I'm
I know,
seeing it
but I tried to sit on the couch and try to tune in. It only lets me go on their page.
because you're not a member. Then you need to request to be a member. That's
I
why.
didn't.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it after. Oh, okay. All righty.
All right.
So anyway, do you have any more advice for those that have lost a parent? If there's anybody out there that recently just lost a parent, I'm not really going to say recently because you're probably not ready to talk about it,
Oh yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Listen, just remember, there's no time limit. There's no cap on grief. I don't care if you're grieving.
Face.
Oh, okay. Hey, Face. Damien, I thought you were a member of the group, so you need to become a member, Damien. But thank you for supporting and watching and commenting. We do appreciate you. So just keep in mind that there is no cap on grief, and you take all the time you need. Don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, you know what, it's been long enough, get over it. And believe it or not, that has been said. So, don't listen to that. You have to take the time that you need because you are the one that's grieving.
If somebody ever told me that,
yeah,
I might lose my mind.
Yeah, and
I
it's been like
mind.
2 years for me, a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
For me, and I still grieve. Things have softened. And having this group has been a big help for me. But trust me, the bad days are still here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, grief is forever because the love you had for your loved ones. Absolutely. Grief, it is forever. You're right. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer either, but that it's facts.
Mm-hmm.
It is forever. Now it'll soften over time. And it just depends. The time will depend on the person. We have to grieve in our own way. And some can accept it in a few years, but we have people in our group that have been grieving for 10 years. After my brother passed, I struggled for 5 years, 5 years straight. And the only reason I was able to even kind of deal with it is because I lost my son. So now that grief switched over, to my son.
And it feels like, dang, I just can't catch a break.
Can't catch a break.
My family, we lose somebody every 5 years. Like, how sometimes they say death comes in 3. No, I literally lose a family member every 5 years. Like my cousin who died, she died 2005. Her mom died 2010. My aunt, which was her sister, died 2015.
Oh my goodness.
So we lose people every 5 years.
So don't say that because 2025.
No, I mean, from what I've noticed and from what I experienced, I hope it doesn't go on in the future.
Yeah,
but,
please don't.
From the past, I've lost somebody every 5 years, and all of them was very close to me.
So that's a lot of grief. All the more reason to seek professional counseling. But like you said earlier, you have a whole village surrounds you, and that's really important, people. Even if you don't seek professional counseling, never go it alone. And I realized that after the first few weeks that I couldn't be alone because things would have happened. Bad things would have happened.
And with you not wanting to be alone, is that because, of course, you had Malik with you?
No.
Or it's just a mental,
it was a mental thing. Being alone, it had my mind going.
Turning.
The depression got worse.
Yeah.
The thoughts of suicide got worse. When you have somebody around you, it kind of dampers that a little bit, and it keeps you occupied a little bit more. And that was one of the reasons why I went back to work too soon. I went back to work 2 weeks after.
Keep yourself busy.
But I had to because everyone, all of my kids and family that was surrounding me during those first couple of weeks, well, life still moves on, right? People had to go back to work, which meant I was going to be home alone.
So you just
I couldn't do it
to just go.
I had to go back to work in order to keep myself from being alone because I was so fragile mentally. But at the same time, I was smart enough to know, don't do it, Donna. Because if you do it, you're not going to be here anymore. Right.
I understand.
So, yeah.
I felt the same way you felt.
Yeah,
but
it's
kept
important.
Me here. My daughter, she kept me. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
I've had so many times where I'm sitting in my car, everybody upstairs drinking and having fun. I was sitting in my car, punching my steering wheel, blasting music, screaming, crying. I had moments where I wanted to just not
call it quits. Yeah, I get it.
Because it's as a parent, I can't speak for anybody who lost, a kid, and I would never want to experience that. My prayers go out to everybody who lost a child. Like me losing a parent, that person giving you life and teaching you, raising you, and that's all you know. It's like you go from a grown person. When you get that call, you go from a grown person to you being a toddler. And And you know how like those toddlers or those infants where their parent walks out the door and they start crying.
Yes.
That's how I felt. Like that's literally how I felt. And it was just it's something that I don't wish on anybody. Like losing a child, how you lost, Leakland.
Leak
When you lost Leak,
land.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine.
And I wouldn't want you to even.
Yeah, you not even think twice
Oh my
about it.
God.
Like losing a parent, yeah, that really, really hurts. It really does hurt. But losing a child, I couldn't imagine being without either one of my kids.
And there's a difference, and it's not to downplay one or the other. And I'm a firm believer, and I stand on it. And I can say that because I have dealt with all of it.
Yeah.
I've lost both parents. I've lost my mom. I've lost my dad. I've lost my brother, and I've lost my son, nieces, everything. And I grieve differently with each. Not to say one was no. I am going to be honest. Losing my son was the worst.
Yeah.
Even over my mother, my father, my brother, and I love them all dearly.
Because you experienced that.
Exactly.
But losing a child,
that's the ultimate loss.
That's something that even though I never went through it, me witnessing, me being close to the family and witnessing how you deal with it and witnessing what it does to you. I cry sometimes where I be having a thought of what if I ever lose one of my kids?
Oh, yeah, don't think that's
no. It's just with me seeing you, it's like I scare myself because I never want to go through it.
Yeah, and I hope I never have
to. So it's like you get emotional because of you when I witness somebody this close to me going through it, it's like, oh my gosh. Who wants to go through that?
Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
The circumstances, because baby, if that, God forbid it happened, if it ever happened to one of my kids, I'm going out for blood. I'm sorry, that's just me. So I just couldn't imagine. I can't imagine. But losing a parent, it's like you went through all of it. It's still not hard. It's not easier. It's not. No, that is hard. Losing a loved one close to you is really hard.
Yeah. And it is the Facebook user was losing a child is very life-changing. You took the words right out of my mouth. I never thought that my life would change the way it did ever. And it does. It absolutely does to the 10th power. Yeah. But even so, a loss, grief is grief. Some experience it harder depending on the loss, but the stages are the same.
Yeah.
The grief stages are the same. We all go through it, and we can all get through it, but it is important. Once again, you have to have people around you. Surround yourself. Again, if you're not going to do professional, family, close friends, it really helps. And I had that, so I can tell you it's a fact that having positive people around you that love you, that you love, and that has your back. Like, you're going to have a few that are going to be there in the beginning, and then they're going to start falling off. They disappear.
Dropping like flies.
Yeah. And that's also the time when you find out who your real friends are.
Yep.
And who truly loved you.
I was the one reaching out to your child. Like, you're not going to keep ignoring me.
Right.
You won't see me. I know you see me calling you.
Yes.
So it's just all about the company you keep. It's one of the aspects of grieving.
Yes.
A lot of people that when my mom passed, of course, they were so-called friends and things like that, have not heard from them. I fell out with a couple of them.
They weren't real friends.
They was there for the show. They was there to make their face known. They was there to make their face seen. So it's all about the company you keep. This woman right here, this woman right here, even though she goes through her grieving, this woman, she doesn't try to completely fill the void of my mom, but she's doing a great job.
I'm there. I try to be.
You're doing a great job, Mama.
I try to be. I try.
Yeah, no, she's a gem.
And then, okay, so the Facebook user again is saying life is so precious. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
And so is it Damien or is it Moody?
It's probably Damien.
Is it Damien?
I think
Oh.
it's Damien.
So Damien, I'm gonna need you to send a request so you can become a member so we can see your face on our comments.
yes.
Always showing up. Yeah. So anyway, guys, it is 6:56. So I know time flew by.
Yeah.
It did.
I was
So-
nervous, like, okay, this is gonna go by so long.
Oh, look, here we go.
That's my best friend.
It's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Go best friend.
That's my
Go
best
best
friend.
friend.
That's
Go
my
best
best
friend. Go best friend.
Bestie, who is that? Leetland. Yeah, okay.
And it's
See.
just making a noise.
Oh my God. Listen, y'all didn't see that, okay?
Lord. Get that.
Oh my
Can't take
goodness.
them nowhere.
Can dress them up, but you can't take them out.
Man.
All right, people. Well, anyway, I appreciate you tuning in again. And it's all about showing support. Yeah, we show the support to anybody that's willing to come on, or even just call. We truly appreciate their encouragement, the kind words, just showing that support. Support is so huge when people are grieving. And those of you that are grieving absolutely know what I'm talking about. It's really, really important. So for those of you out there, family, best friends, what have you, if you have a friend, family member that is grieving and you haven't been there, shame on you. I need you to get it together and I need you to be there because it's so important. Sometimes just showing up and not saying anything makes a difference. You don't have to talk.
Right.
Right? Exactly. You don't have to talk. Or, if that person is a single mom that's got a few kids, don't call and say, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? No. You call and you say, what would you like to eat? And you either go get it and come and sit and have dinner with that person, or you come and see if they want to go out, but be prepared if they don't.
Right.
If they don't have energy, come over, take the kids out for a little bit, give them some me time, or come over and clean their house for them. Those are the kinds of things that make a difference. You don't always have to just call and talk. It's not always about talking.
I had some people like that too.
Yeah.
That one over there.
Yep. Sometimes
let me take Thugger.
Yeah. Just to get
come on, Thugger, come in Moody room. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've had people like that.
Yeah. And because a grieving person, especially a grieving mom, they're not going to say what they would like. They're not going to say, man, I wish I could get a break today and have someone come and get these plates or kids, or I wish somebody would maybe just come and bring me something to eat. Then they're not going to say it. So don't wait for it.
Don't expect it because it's not happening.
Exactly. You need to be proactive, especially if it's someone you're close to, a family member, a best friend. If you're a best friend, you should already know what your bestie needs. So
that's
just do
bestie.
it.
That is not the best bestie I ever had.
So that's the word to the day. All right, everybody. Well, I will let you know if we'll be on next week. Yes, shout out to Mama over here.
Mama Mocha!
Oh my God, I'm gonna cut the mic off. All right, y'all. It's been so much fun. I really appreciate you coming on again and supporting us. You don't know how much that means. But I do appreciate you. So we are going to call it a night. It is 7:00. Love y'all. We'll let you know what's happening for next week. All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining. Well, lovely people, we are signing off. I hope you enjoyed our episode this week. Be sure to tune in next Sunday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And remember, no matter how old or how young, our children will forever be our babies. We just have one with wings. Be gentle with yourself and take all the time you need to heal. Thanks for joining. Good night.